everybody, Dan here on Drum Talk TV. What big reflection of my monitor and the glasses, right? Hey, so big news, like real big news. Okay, yesterday, Friday, it was announced, and we covered the fact that Zak Starkey got zapped from the drum throne with The Who. And I was really suspicious about this when we announced it yesterday when Jon and I did the news report. And amongst other things, this is what we covered. This was the biggest news, I think, so far this year. And it just didn't make sense. Like Roger Daltrey said, the reason was because all he heard in his inner monitors was all drums, boom, 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 apologized to the audience, couldn't sing in the key. Wait, what? Isn't there a monitor mixer? And folks, let me know what you think about this. Please chime in. Let me know your thoughts, because I think I know what happened. I mean, I'm not the smartest guy in the shed or however that goes, or the sharpest tool in the room or whatever, but just using some uncommon sense and logic, none of this makes sense. Okay, Roger, if all you heard is drums in your monitor, is that Zak's fault or the monitor mixer's fault? Okay, like, come on, at 81, you should know better. So I think what happened, because now we learn that, oh no, they're embracing Zak and he's not leaving. And this is actually, a real good story, but I also think that it's backpedaling by The Who with their management. And I think what happened was someone called Roger out on that, or someone realized just what a insanely stupid mistake that was. And maybe even that it breached Zak's contract. I mean, we can go on and on and on. And now they're saying, oh yeah, let me go ahead and read this in case it's too small for you to see on the screen, or you can read it yourself. Newsflash, The Who backs Zak. He's not being asked to step down from The Who. Wow, really? That's crazy. There's been some communication issues. Yeah, you think? Personal and private on all sides that needed to be dealt with, and these have been aired happily. Roger and I would like Zak to tighten up his latest evolved drumming style to accommodate our non-orchestral lineup, and he has readily agreed. Again, I don't think that's the issue if Roger was hearing too much drums in his ear monitors, which he said yesterday, and which is how we apologize to the audience. Anyhow, he says here, I think this is Pete talking. Yes, I take all responsibility for the confusion. Our TCT shows at the Royal Albert Hall were a little tricky for me. I thought that 4.5 weeks would be enough time to recover completely from having complete knee replacement. Why did I ever think I could land on my knees wrong? That's pretty funny. He's been doing that for years, so bless his heart. Maybe we didn't put enough time into sound checks, giving us problems on stage. Okay, now it's all coming out, right? The sound in the center of the stage is always the most difficult to work with. Roger did nothing wrong but fiddle with his inner monitors. Zak made a few mistakes, and he has apologized, albeit with a rubber duck drummer. Wait, what? So, like, even if Zak totally jacked the song, the mix should still be okay. That should never be an issue for firing a drummer. Anyhow, you see it all here, and I just think that the whole thing was a big mistake. I think Zak is just an outstanding drummer, and probably the best drummer they've had in, as far, that doesn't sound right, because of course we've had great drummers with Simon Phillips. Others, my brain's just all over the place with this. I'm just really surprised that the excuse that was used was Roger's mix in his inner monitors to get rid of the drummer. For any band, that would be crazy. But for someone of this pedigree with this experience to say that and use that, I think is just a little bit nuts. So, like I was saying, with whether it's Jones or Simon Phillips, anyone else that's ever drummed for The Who since Keith Moon, I think that Zak's done the best job playing the Keith Moon songs. Again, nothing against the other drummers. They are great drummers. Kenny Jones, Simon Phillips. I'm not an idiot. Well, hopefully not in this area anyway. But I just think that there's more behind the story, and I'm glad that they cleared this up right away and backpedaled and reversed. It was the right thing to do, at least being partway magnanimous about it, because I just think it's crazy. So we'd love your comments. Go ahead and chime in. Let us know what you think. And we'll be back with more fun Drum Talk TV stuff real soon. So what do you think of all this?